What's up, everybody? Welcome, welcome. It has been a while. Let me tell you, it has been a long, long, long while. Welcome tonight, guys. I wish it was a fun show tonight. But you know, as you can see, I have Mr. Teddy Arroyo with me on live tonight. Teddy is the regional director for Pop Warner, for National Pop Warner. So Teddy takes care of all the Western states, including Hawaii. And I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen the news. I saw it on KHON tonight. It's been all over Facebook, and Ted and I were woken this morning to the news that our Kapaa Pop Warner storage shed got destroyed in a fire. And I'm just gonna play this real quick video that was taken by our county's own Sarah Blaine and sent it to me. So just. That's just part of a small part of the damage that was that the storage shed had. Obviously, somebody, the building has no electricity, so obviously it was set, maliciously set. Police, fire doing their investigations right now. But Teddy, welcome and thank you for joining us tonight. A sad day for Pop Warner, really.
Yeah, Mel, I must agree.
Right.
First of all, I want to thank you for allowing me to be on the show and talk about this situation. It's been a long day for me as well. I'm sure as you. I, been to the park twice today. Got called by Channel 2 News, Hawaii News, the Guardian Island. Mayor Derek Kawakami, Auntie Stephanie Iona, Senator Ron Kochi. I mean, it's devastating for the community. I think what people need to understand is, at the end of the day, it's not about us adults that get hurt. It's the children, in a program like this that's been around since 1961. And, meeting Lonnie Cummings and the president of Kapaa Pop Warner, and Rosie Jervis, it's very, very challenging just to be there. You got to actually be there and see all the damaged equipment. Kind of breaks your heart. All the hard work you put in for many years to just build up for that equipment, to see it all destroyed just by, I guess you might say, whoever started the fire. I mean, we got to be real. Someone set that fire. There's no electricity to that building. There never was any electricity to that building.
Teddy, Pop Warner, and thank you for your service to Pop Warner, and you have a very important role. You take care of many states, and all of these issues pop up, and now the big issue has happened right here in our front yard, not even our backyard, our front yard. And you mentioned, it's tackle, it's cheer, it's flag. Years and years and years of hard work to build an association, and we're in the process of recruiting or registering our kids for the season, which starts in August 1st. That's probably about $100,000 worth of damage to, not damage. Damage to the building is one thing, but it's about $100,000 it's going to take to replace all the helmets, shoulder pads, the jerseys, the pants, the cheer mats, the cheer equipment, the flag equipment, all of the equipment. Kapa right now has absolutely, she has one blocking dummy that was left in a garage that was not in the storage shed. I spoke to Lonnie Cummings, who is the president. While it's devastating, it's an opportunity for us to rebuild. And Teddy, you and I have been with Pop Warner for decades, and we have always met challenges. And this community that we live in has always been very supportive, and that's what it is now. Now it's up to the community. You said it's the kids, it's their parents, it's the coaches, it's the board members, it's the community, it's the grandparents, it's everybody. Some jackass decided to go burn a building. I'm almost positive they knew what was in that building, and in a matter of a few hours, a whole entire association is crippled. But we have an opportunity to rebuild Kapaa stronger than ever, and that's what I am hoping this community will come together. I'm already receiving texts and messages from people that want to help. I will say this, that Kapaa Pop Warner is working on the GoFundMe as we speak. It's a process to get the nonprofit registered with GoFundMe and PayPal. We should have that link tomorrow, and as soon as we get the link, we're going to broadcast this and make sure everybody has an opportunity. $5, $10, $20, $1,000, $5,000. It's going to take a lot, but we are committed, Teddy. As we spoke this afternoon, we are committed to making Kapaa stronger than ever with the help of the community.
Mel, Kapaa community very resilient, as well as the island of Kauai. Whenever a situation, something like this, not only in football, in community in general, everybody rise to the occasion, come together for one great cause. Yeah, and I see this happening in Kapaa. I mean, my phone been going off all day. In fact, I just had a gentleman email me from Washington State, and he has their own Pop Warner organization. They're visiting on the island of Kauai. They heard the news, and he sent me a long email text of what they can do for help us support. So I'm going to respond to him later. The outpour of support is amazing. Mayor Derek Hall called me when we had COVID, Kauai strong. And I like to put it that Kapaa strong, Kauai Pop Warner Football League strong. We're more than just a football and care program. We're about family and life values. That's what Pop Warner is about. And I know the community is going to come together. We're going to make this happen. Kapaa Pop Warner will have a season this year. I can assure you that, Mel, and you can assure the community that, Mel. You and I have spoken many times prior to this of how important the Pop Warner is, and been a long time. You held this position that I'm holding now, regional director. It's not an easy position. It's a tireless position, working hard for not only just Hawaii, but the mainland. And, you wake up in the morning and you get something like this, come across the email or phone call. How do you react? How do you, it takes time away from your own personal life. But that's what we do. That's what leaders does. Not just sit back, wait for the phone ring. We take action right away. We're not going to wait around. So what happened was I reached out to Tom Shaw from Rydell this morning, contacted Lonnie, and just blessing in disguise. Tom Shaw along with National Pop Warner, they're going to work to make sure that Kapaa Pop Warner get the helmets and equipment they need to have a season. With also giving them a promo code, a discount and all of that. And it's just amazing. They know the urgency that we have 2 months before the season starts, and the helmets the order need to be in by tomorrow. Lonnie is already working on that. So, everybody's doing their part. We're not just going to sit around and wait around, and just say, well, let's see what happens. No, we're going to move forward and make this happen for the Kapaa community as well as, Kauai Pop Warner people.
I know a lot of people, Terry, and you know this. A lot of people look when they hear Pop Warner, they think it's just football, and we know that it's not. Yeah, it's a whole lot more than football. I mentioned cheer and flag, but there's also the scholastics component. We just had a very successful scholastics banquet, which was attended by our brothers and sisters from across the continent, across the western states, right here on Kauai, and the importance that Pop Warner puts on scholastics, making sure that our kids are not just developing athletically, but also scholastically. And I think that's what sets Pop Warner apart from any other football organization that is on this planet. That is just the way it is. And, it's difficult for some kids, but, Pop Warner works with these kids to make sure that they're progressing in school so they can learn the balance of athletics and scholastics. That is why I live Pop Warner, because unlike many other organizations, the emphasis is on the athletics and not the scholastics. So, when we do something stupid like this, when we go out and destroy an association's their equipment, I mean everything. Like I said, there's one tackling dummy left. But when we do that, you impact not just the athletic side, but the scholastic side. But Terry, we spoke a couple hours ago, and we want to the message we want to get out tonight to the people and to all of you is that there will be a season. There will be a football season, a tackle season, a flag season, and a cheer season for Kapaa We can guarantee that. If we got to go out and front the funds, it will happen. We'll get the equipment. We'll get everything it takes. So I just want the public to know that it's going to happen. And I want to put this up real quick, Teddy. This is Kapa's registration. You know how you all can help. Obviously, we can definitely use your financial support. But for you parents out there, or grandparents, or siblings, aunties, uncles, this is how we rebuild Kapaa. We get everybody to turn out. Flag, tackle, cheer. Volunteers, if you just want to be a volunteer. Kapaa is holding their registration June 8th, the 22nd, and the 29th. Take a screenshot, guys. 5 to 6:30 p.m. at the Brian J. Baptiste Field, which is where this unfortunate incident occurred. And it goes on into July 5th, 12th, 19th, and 26th from 4:30 to 6. You can always message me or Teddy or anyone if you have any questions or information. But this is how we rebuild Kapaa. We build Kapaa stronger. We build Kapaa to a very powerful organization. And we do that by getting our community involved and getting our kids to participate. There's a need for volunteers. In all aspects of Pop Warner. So I'm going to be putting this up throughout the show just so that people can get a screenshot, and this is how we can build Kapaa back by getting our kids, our Keiki and boys and girls, doesn't matter. You come out and turn out and register. So I know it's been a horrific day, Teddy, and I was at a council meeting today, and that's all I could think about was this, but it's an opportunity for us to just get through this hiccup and turn out a much stronger and better product than we did, and I know it's gonna happen.
Mel, I think what everyone needs to understand is that it's not just the football helmet and shoulder pads we lost in game jerseys. We also lost cheer equipment. We lost cheer mats, we lost cheer uniforms. We lost a lot of stuff, and Kapaa, and it just saddens me that a person would go out thinking that, hey, you know what, I'm going to go out, burn a building, it's okay, but not realizing how much lives it just affected. Also not realizing how the community's got to come together, work extra hard to do all these fundraisers to get brand new equipment to make the season happen. We're going to come together. We're not going to sit here and dwell on it and try to point fingers or this and that. We're all going to come together and do what we got to do. It's just going to take more work now, and I definitely know the community of Kapaa and the parents, they will show up. They will make Kapaa bigger and stronger. And this is just something to strive on, and take the negative and turn it into positive. And I think it's important. But you're also correct. The scholastic part of Pop Warner is just amazing. We had, for the first time in the West Con region, we threw the first scholastic bunch. And thanks to people like Patsy, Auntie Miller, Julina, and the rest of Kauai Pop Warner board, Junior again. They all came together, and we had people from the mainland come down, and it was just an amazing event. Next year, we go to Arizona. We're going to get close to 400 kids. But Kauai was the first to host it on Kauai, and it was just amazing. The scholastic part is part of Pop Warner program that I think, like you said, Mel, plays a big part, and that's why Pop Warner is great.
Yeah. Again, I think the not just football games, and I think about I want to welcome our president, Paul Pancho, just jumped online as well. Paul and I are relatively new coming back to Pop Warner, but all we try to do is provide an opportunity for our kids to excel and to learn the game and to learn all of the things that go with youth sports, scholastics being a big part of it. But cheer. We have had some successful cheer teams here on Kauai that went to nationals in Florida and win the world or the national championships. We've had teams that go up and really make Hawaii so super proud. And I got to tell you, we have a good bunch of coaches, organizations. Kapaa, I can only imagine what Lani felt when she showed up this morning after she got the call. Obviously, when she called me this morning, it was very early, and devastated, in shock, and it's kind of hard to. It's because every association in our league, you got Kapaa, Lihui, Koloa, Hanapepe, and Kekaha. Every single association works hard throughout the year, not just during the season. It never stops. We meet every single month, and all we're doing is working hard to produce an opportunity for these kids every single year. And it's not easy. Just an example. All of the helmets need to be sent off to be reconditioned every couple of years. That comes with a huge cost.
Yes.
And all of that costs, you cannot expect the kids in their assessments to pay for all of these expenses to run the associations and the leagues. So that requires a bunch of fundraising and generous donors. But the kids don't know that. The kids know that they're going to show up, they're going to have their equipment, they're going to learn the game, they're going to learn sportsmanship, they're going to learn all these things. And we don't want the kids to have to worry. We don't want the kids' parents to have to worry. That's why the leagues and the association work so hard, so we can provide this opportunity for these kids. And imagine showing up and everything that the association owned was in that shed. Everything. And it was burnt to the ground. And it's a rebuild, and it's a rebuild that's not going to be easy. I one of the things I've learned is I'm not ashamed to beg for help, because there is no way that association by itself and the league by ourselves going to be able to make this happen. And that's the reality, Teddy, and I think you know that. It's going to have to be the community stepping up and saying, hey, we want to help. We want to help. And I know I'm seeing some comments coming up about the GoFundMe site. That'll be ready tomorrow. Again, as I said earlier, if you came on late, Kapaa is working right now with GoFundMe to create this link and get the nonprofit status. Kapaa Pop Warner is a nonprofit organization, but GoFundMe requires the documents to be uploaded, and then they validate and verify, and then we get the link. That will be up tomorrow, and I anticipate a lot of generous community people not just from Kapaa, not just from Kauai, because like you, Teddy, I've gotten some texts from people on the mainland that they want to help. So I'm excited about, again, making Kapaa even stronger than they were before this unfortunate incident.
Mel, being a nonprofit organization, there's a lot of hard work to be put in. Nobody makes money. All the time and effort, that the adults, the parents put in, the board members, all the money goes to football and cheer and the flag program, as well as scholastics, for the brunch. It's tireless. You take a lot of time away from your family. You don't go to parties. You don't go to get together because you're so tired at the end of the day going home, right? After a long day at the park. You don't have that energy at times, then to do it year after year. And knowing that, you kind of reach to a point where, hey, you know what? The organization is set. We got equipment. We recondition them every year. We got new stuff coming in to just watch everything just go down in flames. It's so disappointing. It's one person or 2% action that, destroyed a lot. And, on the flip side of this now, back in 2014, we got a grant to get a new Kapaa building. And lo and behold, 8 years later, just keep pushing it, through and all of that. The permit should be coming out within this week or next week. So Kapaa will get a brand new storage. It was already in the planning. It took 8 years. It doesn't matter how long, but the timing of all of this, is very important. So we're on the verge of having groundbreaking. Once we get the permit, there's going to be a nice article in a paper. And Kapaa is going to get a new storage. We're going to share it with the girls' Kapaa softball, Michael Furtado. So that's already in the works. It's happening. We wanted to make the announcement later on, but apparently with what happened today, we just thought we make the announcement, let everyone know that the county, is pushing forward for this. We're just waiting on the permit.
Yeah, I want to thank the county, the mayor, and Parks and Rec. They have already informed us that they are going to take care of the demo and the removal of this, whatever's remaining from that structure. It's going to save Pop Warner a ton of money. And we appreciate that. We mahalo that. I mean, that's the kind of support that we're going to need. God forbid if we had to pay for that. But, how can you help? Number one, share this video. just click the share button. You don't have to, just click the share button. Very simple. Share this video. And then the second thing is, again, tomorrow we should have the GoFundMe up, and then share that as well. And for those of you that live in Kapaa, I want to share again. Kapaa Pop Warner is not letting this get in the way. Lonnie and Rosie and all of the leaders out there in Kapaa have said, you know, we're not going to let this even slow us down. We're moving forward. We're not going to have the storage shed to put our paperwork inside. But June 8th, 22nd, 29th, again, take a screenshot, share this, 5 to 6:30 at Brian Baptiste Field, and July 5th, 12th, 1926, from 4:30 to 6. You can register your kids. We want a record number of kids this year, to basically make a statement to these knuckleheads who think that they can interrupt an amazing organization. Well, let them know that no, we're not. This is not going to stop us. In fact, this is going to make us stronger. And the way we do that is by getting our kids registered with Kapaa Pop Warner. I am excited. To see what'll come out after this. You know, every cloud has a silver lining. This is one ugly cloud that happened today, but I think what will come out of this, with the help of everyone, you know, I guess you got to think positive, right? They're going to get all new equipment, Teddy. They're going to get all new helmets, all new shoulder pads, all new jerseys, all new cheer equipment, all new flag equipment. And that is going to be, you know, the positive result of this unfortunate incident. And,
you know, Mel,
the kids will be excited.
You're right. Besides new equipment, they're going to get a new building, yeah. And it's not going to be a metal building. It's going to be a block building, you know, your typical county building, which is great. I think Pat Porter reached out to me today, as well as Mayor Derek Kawakami. And they exactly said what you said, is that, you know, Teddy, we're gonna take care of all of demolition. We're going to take care of everything. You guys don't have to worry about that. You guys just keep moving Kapaa Pop Warner forward, you know, and having a season for these young men and these young ladies, you know, to play in. And you know, like any youth sport, you know, things like this, you know, sports, it keeps kids off the streets. It helps parents, you know, families that have two jobs, working late, you know, they know where their child is, you know, for the week and on the weekend, you know, because a lot of these families, you know, out there have two jobs. You know, and they struggle at times too. So something like this is very challenging, because now, you know, we all look at each other and turn to each other and say, hey, you know what? We need to make this happen for these young men and these young ladies. And it's going to be a lot of sacrifice now. You know that. A lot of the associations already, you know, reached out. I already got a lot of texts from people in the West Con region. What can they do? You know, I said, just wait to the GoFundMe, you know, set up, which has been about 24 hours. Rosie's doing a great job getting it set up. You know, I think at the end of the day, Mel, at the end of the day, when this is all said and done, and we start our season, you know, we can take a step back and look and be proud of what the community, as well as Hawaii Pop Warner Football League board members, parents, and everyone accomplished. You know, and this is just another challenge in life. I mean, you know, we went through a lot: 2 hurricanes, COVID, Kauai Strong. You know, we're going to make this happen for the community of Kapaa, you know, and I think when we see the smiles on these young men and these young ladies at the games, at the practice field, you know, going to show a lot.
Absolutely. I actually cannot wait. For those of you that came on late that are, and they haven't maybe you know, that is actually doesn't. I mean, the insides was completely destroyed. Those walls held up a little bit, but everything inside was completely destroyed. So there's nothing left, which is horrific. And I'm hoping that, you know, as a kid, this is, you know, a great lesson also for our kids that have registered and that are going to register to be part of this effort. To create a stronger organization after some hardship, and it's a lesson that I know for a fact Kapaa will use this as a teaching tool for the kids. You know, it's sports. Somebody wins, somebody loses, somebody gets hurt, and you got to adapt. This is really, again, another lesson in life. Some unfortunate, unexpected situation pops up, and we regroup, and we go back and work harder now to do what we need to do. So I'm actually quite excited, and I know from the calls that we've received today, not just from the public but from our own leadership teams within Pop Warner, everybody's ready to go to work, and I'm stoked with that. And based on the comments that we're getting, I think we're gonna see a lot of community support. Kauai strong, Kapaa strong, Pop Warner strong, and I look for a real good positive end to this story in a very near future.
Mel, it's always challenging. Honestly, it's always challenging because you prepare for the season, you prepare for fundraising. We don't have the county fair anymore. That was the biggest, money making for a lot of the Pop Warner organizations to raise money to refurbish equipment. And you don't prepare for something like this when you gotta, raise money to recover all of this equipment. I mean, you're talking under $100,000 for football and cheer. It's something something that you don't prepare for. You prepare for everything else, registrations, everything else. But something like this, man, it's going to be a task, and I know we can do it.
Yeah, we will. And every year, even the league, right? We're doing. By the way, I'm going to put a plug in for our bowling tournament on June 24th. The league has expenses as well. The insurance for the league and all of these things to make sure our kids are protected. In addition to all of the other things that we have to fund, there's no way we could charge the kids and their parents to cover all the expenses. So that leaves us with the reality that we got to fundraise. So if you guys are interested, we still got a few more lanes left. It's $500 a lane. I don't want this to be a solicitation show, but we are, and this is just another setback that we gotta work on and fix. Like Teddy said, these things pop up. We don't plan for this. We plan for insurance costs. We plan for all of these expenses, the assessments that we got to pay nationals. We plan for uniforms. We plan for the reconditioning of helmets, and you don't plan for $100,000 hit. You just don't, because this thing's not supposed to happen. So, yeah, we are. Again, it's a challenge, but it's a challenge that we will take on, and we will succeed, no doubt about it. Teddy, I mean, you're part of the region. I know you if you haven't already, I'm sure you will be receiving some calls from our brothers and sisters in the other states, probably from across the country. What have you heard anything from any of them? I know you spoke of the Washington guy, but has Nationals? You mentioned Rydell, and Nationals have gave us an extra day to order helmets because the cutoff, I believe, was today. So I think they are the entire country. Pop Warner family is jumping in to help, right?
Yes. I sent an email out to National Office John Butler. Included everyone on staff, parents, Curry, the new football commissioner. And they're gonna receive it in the morning because we all know it's almost a 7-hour difference or so, or 6 hours difference. Where they at in Pennsylvania. So I'm gonna get a response from them tomorrow. I explained to them the amazing what Tom Shaw from Rydell willing to do along with Kay Johnson. Today was the last day to put orders in on the big helmets on Rydell, and they was willing to open it up for Kapaa Pop Warner so they can meet the deadline. Also, like I said, give them a promo code to help them cut the cost on shoulder pads and helmet and the rest of the equipment as jerseys. Yeah. So, to have a big company like Rydell to come in just like that, within a couple hours after the discussion to help assist Kapaa Pop Warner, and working with Lonnie right now, it's a blessing. And everything's going to be brand new for them. Not the way we want it, to happen, but, we're going to make the season happen, and we just got to get all these new equipment. The GoFundMe is definitely going to help, as well as, private donors out there who's reaching out to you, Mel, you and I, that's just waiting for the GoFundMe account to set up. And, Lonnie can already start putting her order in for equipment, but it's going to take at least a month to 6 weeks for the new helmets to come in and shoulder pads. So once I get a lot of another email goes out to the entire region, national Pop Warner. I'm gonna send one out, for GoFundMe. Once I get the link set up from Rosie, I'm gonna forward it to the entire national Pop Warner, regions, the other 7 regional directors, so they can pass it on and go online and send the funds. Like I said, $1, $5, $10, it doesn't matter. It's just a thought of giving. I think is the most important right now.
Yeah, I mean, we all gonna be a part of this recovery, this rebuild. I think it's an awesome opportunity for anybody, whether you're a football fan or not, or a cheer fan. It just doesn't matter. Everyone has an opportunity now to be a part of this rebuild, and be very proud of it, because that's what we do here on Kauai. That's just what we do. As you said, hurricanes, COVID, all of these things that, and Teddy, we've hit stumbling blocks before in Pop Warner for various, all kinds of things. There's situations where we travel and a team may have the wrong jersey. That when you go to national competition, the rules are very strict. But you know what? The other teams jump in and provide jerseys that they can use. This is going to happen, and I need to remind people that this is going to happen, and we're going to make it work for our kids, and we're going to do it with the community. So the helmets can be replaced. All of these things can be replaced, and it will. But I did want to touch on the other part of it, where I am really frustrated and disappointed that someone would do this. I just cannot imagine why someone would take this opportunity or try to take this opportunity away from our kids. So I know KPD and Kauai Fire Department are investigating this, and I there's a bunch of Pop Warner coaches that are cops, and they're gonna do everything they can to find these people. But I am willing to put up $5,000, from our rainy day fund for a reward for anyone that can provide the information. In other words, we're looking for a snitch, because I want to see these people brought to justice. I really do, because it is bad. What they did is much more than the damage to that building. It is, again, like you talk about, Teddy, the impact that it's going to have on these kids and these families, in so many ways that it cannot go unpunished. So I'm hoping somebody steps forward and squeal, seriously.
Mel, with all the buildings over there at the park, 3:30 in the morning, you go to this one building, and the way the fire was started and all of that. Honestly, obviously, it was arson. My opinion, I'm not a police investigator. I'm not a fire investigator, but I think, we watch enough shows to see, But it's just, I'm not too sure what that persons are thinking. What their whole intent was. With all the buildings there, usually you burn the bathrooms, right? Realistically, you see them on the news, right? Damage the bathrooms, you burn trash cans, dugouts and all of that. But into the specific building that, hold all this equipment, I'm not too sure. I guess only time will tell, once they hopefully catch the guys or guy, that did this. I don't know if it's a random act. Hard to say. Honestly, just 3:30 in the morning, being out that early in the morning, you're obviously looking for trouble.
Yeah, and it's just unfortunate, There have been other fires in the Kapaa area in the last week or so. I'm not sure if there's a serial arsonist that's running around burning stuff down. I just, that building is. I just don't think it was burnt because somebody wanted to burn a building, or watch a fire. I don't know, but again, I'm hoping that someone will come forward and give out some information that we can, catch the people, the responsible people.
So Mel,
I really hope so.
Mel, and it's unfortunate. This is not the first time this happened, right? close to 5 years ago or so, or less, that the Kapaa building, same situation. Somebody burned down the entire building. Kapaa Pop Warner lost everything. The Westcon region came in. They had donation of helmets, shoulder pads, At that time we didn't have social media, right? We didn't have social media. We didn't have a lot of this stuff on Instagram and all of that. Like how we have now, and it's just unfortunate. I mean, honestly, it's sad to see people just ruining it for the kids. I always said, if anybody's going to ruin youth sport, it's going to be the adults. They're going to ruin it for the kids. But again, who knows? We cannot say this was adults or what. This might maybe children. Maybe 16, 17-year-olds just out having fun, thinking that, they're going to mess around, not realizing the life that they impacted. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the ugly side of this. I know I can probably be more accepting if it was an electrical fire, but the building, as we said, it doesn't have electricity. There's no way that building would have started to burn without someone starting the fire. So it's just horrible. Again, a lot of people are talking about GoFundMe. Hang on, I'm looking at the comments here. Darren, we are in the process of getting, I don't know if everyone understands how GoFundMe works, but if you do an individual GoFundMe, at the end of the year, they're going to send you a 1099 and it's taxable income. And I anticipate, a pretty significant amount of money is coming through the GoFundMe account. So it's going to be done through the Kapaa Pop Warner Association, which is a nonprofit organization. So it is tax exempt. To get that done, like Teddy said earlier, it takes about 24 hours because they do validate and verify that the organization is in fact nonprofit. So we expect the link. They said it takes about 24 hours. We should get that link tomorrow. And I can promise you, you're going to see a lot of posts on Facebook and social media with that GoFundMe link. And again, as I said earlier, number one, share this video. Number one, share the video. Number two, when we get the GoFundMe link, you share that. And then again, I'll put this up for the last time because I think this is even more important is getting our Kapaa youth or Kapaa area youth, because you got Anahola, you got the North Shore, and whoever's interested, the registration is going to continue in June 8th, which is just next week. The 8th, the 22nd, the 29th from 5 to 6:30, and in July 5th, 12th, 19th, 26th, 4:30 to 6. And this will be at the Brian J. Baptiste Park where this incident occurred. Again, they will be there in force to register our kids. Again, flag, tackle, and cheer. And don't forget the scholastics component that is involved with all of this. So that's one way three ways we can help. Share, and get our kids registered.
Mel, the age group is 5 to 14 years old.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. The age group is from
5 to 14.
Yeah, 5 to 14 years old.
Yeah. And again, Pop Warner Island-wide is always looking for volunteers. So if you guys are interested, just reach out to me via Messenger, and we'll make sure we put you in contact with the different associations. But this season is going to be different. It's going to be special. We have a purpose, a different purpose, and this purpose is to show the Kauai community that Pop Warner is Pop Warner strong, that Kapaa is Kapaa strong, and that this island Kauai is Kauai strong. This has energized me, Teddy. I know. I mean, this morning I was devastated. I was devastated, and I it started out ruining my day, and then the more and more I started to get texts and listening to some of these kids, some of these leaders, I just got energized that now let's just go to work. Let's just go make it happen and make it better.
Mel,
so I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Well, to all the listeners out there, please spread the word that Kapaa Pop Warner will have a season. Please, I'm sure someone might mistakenly say the wrong thing that, oh no, Kapaa is not they don't have equipment. Let them know Kapaa will have a football tackle season, cheer season, flag football season. It will happen. And Mel and I will make sure it happens. So please spread the word that Kapaa Pop Warner is strong and moving forward for a season, and it will happen.
All right, viewers. Appreciate you guys tuning in tonight. Again, I haven't done a show in months, and for various reasons. But tonight, I felt that it would be an opportunity. I was hoping we'd get the GoFundMe link tonight, but obviously we got to wait for that. I didn't want to wait to do the show another night. So we'll once we get the GoFundMe link, maybe Teddy and I will get Lonnie on, and we'll do another show with Lonnie and Rosie and everybody else. They're all, this is how committed these people are. So Lonnie gets the call early in the morning. She has to go down there. She's late for work, and then she gets called back to the site. So she leaves her work, and she has to go back to the site to get interviewed. And then she goes back to work, and tonight, unfortunately, she's going to be at work till 9 p.m. tonight to make up for the time that she had to leave. Rosie is coaching tonight, or she has practice tonight until 7:30 or so, 8 o'clock. So these people are committed, and this is just one additional thing they got to worry about. So honestly, my hat's off to the Kapaa organization, all of them, for standing true to the commitment to these kids, and we have an opportunity now to really help them get along. So I just want to thank them.
Yeah, Mel, I want to thank you for putting on the show right away. I want to thank the listeners. A lot of great comments out there. A lot of people out there is going to reach out and pass the good word on. At the end of the day, this is the great part about Kauai and Hawaii. Everyone comes together when times like this. It doesn't have to be football, or sports, community in general, and that's one thing great about Hawaii, and Kauai. We're resilient and on doing things for the community and the kids. So, just keep up the updates, check out social media, look for, story coming out in the paper probably tomorrow. Look for the other story on the new building coming out with the picture of the new building and the permit. Like I said, it should be out this week, probably by Friday, or guaranteeing it, for sure next week. So we can get the groundbreaking going and put up a new building for them, as well as Kapaa softball girls. But I just want to thank the listeners. Just like I said, just so much positive comments out there. Just great to hear the support.
Again, thank you, Teddy, for jumping on tonight. I know you had a rough day. Appreciate what you do for our region and for our island. And to our listeners, again, it's been a while. I love you guys so much, and I miss you guys. It's so weird. We're just talking with a friend of mine, and we're talking about coming back and do the show once a week. We're just talking about it and probably, kicking it back up again in June. And then this happened today, and I said, "No, let's go do it tonight." So thank you, Teddy. Again, to the viewers, to the village, the village strong, Kauai strong, Pop Warner strong, Kauai strong, everybody strong. We love you guys. Thank you again.
Mel,
yes, sir.
The saying, it takes a village
Yes,
to
sir.
raise a child, yeah. And so what's happening right now,
Yeah. And this village will, this village of Kauai and Hawaii will make sure this happens, and we will all make sure that these kids do not get deprived of a season of flag, foot tackle, and cheer. So with that, I will say aloha, you guys. Again, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget, share this video, share the GoFundMe link when we post it up tomorrow, and encourage our kids to register with Kapaa Pop Warner. All right.
Yeah.
Take care, you guys. God bless. We love you guys, and
Yeah.
we will see you guys soon.
Yeah. God bless
Aloha.
everyone.